Oh boy. Oh boy. I've said a lot that I'm not gonna ever cover Ocelotl, but I think the time's finally right to really talk about him. And oh man, this hero is just something else, huh? Not in a good way though. Before I even begin, I want to make an apology to anyone I ran into while matchmaking, because I know I probably was not very fun to fight while I was getting background clips for this character. Ocelotl is just a hero that's just way too easy for many reasons, but the main reason he's just a goddamn multi-tool. Anyone who's not over 30 or doesn't know what a multi-tool is, it's basically a tool that has 20 different tools built in. You know, bottle opener, can opener, knife, file, pliers, fucking hatchets. The same just goes for Ocelotl. Opener bash, chain faintable bash, hyper armor follow-up, instant hyper armor, pinning bash, stance, unblockable. To keep it short, Ocelotl just causes literally everything in the game other than undodgeable, but you know, his chain zone just has enough reach to really get dodge attacks. If you guys do truly like these videos and keep coming back, please just, you know, make sure you're sub. You can always take it back if I eventually offend you or you stop liking my content. But anyways, let's just get right into it. Ocelotl was released on July 27th of 2023, being the last hero of the Outlanders faction. Ubisoft had just released 2 extremely overpowered heroes and, you know, a mediocre one unless you pay them on a comp level, so they really had to nail the ball to save face and not release, you know, 2 years worth of overpowered heroes. Releasing a hero skin with every single hero to make a storyline between both of them. Can I just say, I do really like these little stories that they make. They're really cool, but they're just wasted on execution. Having the new hero's lore only showing up in daily orders is such a fucking goddamn waste of writing. Some cutscenes or mini story for fuck's sake, or even like an arcade mission with a dedicated hero skin to it. Just not 2 sentences on a daily basis. There are definitely a lot of things people don't like about Ocelotl, but we're gonna start off small. Being an Aztec hero, it did spark a lot of joy in the community yet again. Because surely Ubisoft is going to pull some liberties with things like obsidian weapons to make him unique, right? No! In Ubisoft fashion, they took this hero from industry history and decided, meh. I've never seen a community so angry that a hero did not have bleed in his kit, but I do understand why. Ocelotl's weapons quite literally dig into you, especially with his Protestance jump, and yet has absolutely no bleed. Even Sohei, a hero that's only a gimmick, has bleed inflicting moves. The second reason why Ocelotl is disliked on launch was, well, because of his lack of cosmetic options, and even to this day, he has the same issue. If there's one thing Front players love to do more than kill people and, well, be extremely racist, they love their fashion, and Ocelotl doesn't have that. Most Ocelotls nowadays just go for the same garbage fashion. Skull helmet, edgy look, and it doesn't help because the chest pieces are all either terrible, don't fit the rest of his cosmetics, or look exactly the fucking same. I said it once, I said it 1,000 times. Variant armor sets are a plague to this game, making heroes look like they have way more armor than they actually have. But in reality, all they did was either take off a cape or make something obscure disappear in the variant version.
Corporate needs you to find the differences between this picture and this picture. They're the same picture.
Let's not dabble on this for too long and get to the real meat and bones of the hero, and why they call him so infuriating, or as the community calls him, brain dead. First off, his moveset is a short story to say the least. It is genuinely kind of baffling how he has this much in his arsenal, and not a single person on the balance team said, hey, are we making a mistake here? A hero with 2 little moves can be seen as boring, but that doesn't mean a hero with everything can be seen as fun. In fact, it's the exact opposite when that tends to happen. To start off short and sweet, we really gotta talk about his light attacks and his 400 MS chain lights. They're just garbage looking. Did we really hire animators for this? Maybe on land where everyone's at 0 MS, it's fine, but when you have console players across the world who have never heard of Ethernet cables, problems will occur with animations. Continuing the problem, we're gonna go look at his in-chain bash. First off, it's a bash that does damage. Me, myself personally, I've never liked bashes that just do direct damage, but Ocelotl's is also the highest bash damage in the game at 18. It can be feinted, and guess what? It is a 400 MS light follow-up on miss. Not only is this a nightmare for console players, it also denies a guard break after a correct read. But it also is a nightmare for anyone with a dodge bash like Warden. The light attack will completely counter heroes with dodge bashes. See, not only does he counter dodge bashes, but he can counter some dodge attacks as well. See, Ocelotl is a 100 MS hyper armor startup on zone attack after his missed bash, seeing as missed bash still counts as a chain continuer. So if anyone with a dodge attack actually makes the right read on you, then proceeds to use said dodge attack, they will just lose the trade again, because not only is the zone landing, but it will continue into his other chains like light attack, zone attack, bash, or unblockable. Now obviously you can dodge the bash and then make the correct read on the zone attack. You made both correct reads, right? Well, he can just outright feint it. So not only did you have to make the right read that he's going for a bash and a zone attack, but you have to make a third defensive read if he's going to let the zone fly, or if you're going to go for a guard break.
Sorry.
If you are wrong on any part of these defensive reads, you have just lost the defensive stage of the fight. Obviously, the last part of all of this is, well, his bash finisher, but no one also really uses this unless they're either new at the game or they're going for confirm ganks. But you know what? Fuck confirm ganks, because all my homies hate confirm ganks. Look, at the end of the day, I am a firm believer that if a hero misses a bash, they should just be truly punishable by anything. Bashes are For Honor's best offense in the game and should be punishable if used poorly or the opponent gets the correct read. It's not fair that so many heroes nowadays get a free pass on missing a bash. What I just talked about is probably why everyone hates Ocelot as much as they do, because he's just really brain dead to play. You hit buttons and there's about a 70% chance you hit the right button. No other hero really gets this privilege to just mash buttons like a brainless monkey other than Hitakiri, and may I remind you, she is the most hated character in front of Ocelotl. This hero is just so blatantly easy to play, but the people who play this hero and main him are some of the most toxic, annoying people I've ever had to deal with in all of my For Honor history. I hate looking at a hero and saying, well, you're annoying if you play him because, you know, you're toxic and you play Ocelotl. Because there are really nice people that do play him, but they're just lost in the crowd. Not only does dying to Ocelotl feel bad and undeserved, but the people who play him love to just rub it in your face, either with quick chat, emote spam, because they truly believe they outskilled you when they're playing Ocelotl. When I play Warden in duels and someone gets mad at me, I say nothing back because I'm playing Warden in duels. Quite literally the best duels in the game. If they're complaining, it's probably for their good reason. But when an Ocelotl wins, they always seem to think that they played better than you. Lastly, we gotta really look at his feats, and man, I've never seen more worse designed feats in my life. Quite literally, rewarding Ocelotl players for dying in some of them. His first feat is extremely controversial because, in the average player's hands, all they do is make their KD worse by continuously respawning against the guy that just killed them just to die again and again and again. But to the competent Ocelotl players that realize this is the perfect roaming tool, it's just insanely overpowered. Oh, you died? Well, let's just respawn at the friendly point 5 seconds quicker or 10 seconds quicker than what it would have taken to respawn and then run to the point. Not only is this faster than respawning, but it's more useful to your team because you're healing the entire time you're walking over to the main point, and now you're going to defend it from anyone that's trying to get to it. There's also the case that, you know, if you die in an early team fight, and Ocelotl can, you know, revive himself once he thinks he has enough health and rejoin the team fight instead of respawning and then having to run back in. Also, this was just fixed a week ago, but I'm going to complain about it anyway. There was a bug in the game that allowed Ocelotl to attack while he was in this Wraith form, making him the only hero in For Honor to historically be outright removed from the game. I really wish this would happen more often because that was just some of the best For Honor I've played in a long time. If they truly wanted to fix this first feat, it's not that hard. Either you just allow him to use it once per life, or make it so he can only regen about 35% of his max health until he has to, you know, respawn. If you can only use this feat once per life, that means, you know, after you kill him twice, he's forced to respawn normally. Or, you know, if he's got his max health capped at 35%, then he can't rejoin fights with the large amount of health that he could normally have, making him really have to think if he should rejoin this fight or rotate to the other health points. They should also just give this feat the option to respawn normally at a longer timer. Second feat quite literally rewards you for dying, so I don't have much of a problem with it, but I just don't like the ideals behind it. And third feat, I have no problems with at all because, you know, you have to kill someone in order to activate it, so you have to actually win your fight. But the biggest problem lies with his fourth feat. Oh boy, Trapper's reaches a colossal fuck up, and not only does it do massive bleak damage, it can also be used off screen and as a choppy animation to it. But it's basically a free kill under the right scenario. How many times has this ever happened to you? And I want you to picture this. An Ocelotl off screen hits one button on his keyboard or controller, and now he has a free guard break on you from exact who knows how much range. The best part is that now he has positioned himself next to an instant kill hazard or ledge. Trapper's Reach is the "you lost" button, and nobody can change my mind. As I've said, giving a hero too little tools will make her boring and annoying like ranking guard, but giving a hero too much tools will make him too easy to play for the community. If you agree with what I've made thus far, and you enjoy my content, thank you all for sticking by so long. I love you, and I hope to see you guys in another video. I hope you have a great day.